Welcome to Celestial Insights, a weekly podcast that brings the stars down to earth. I'm your host, astrologer, coach, and intuitive Celeste Brooks. My purpose is to provide practical, unique, and insightful guidance to help you navigate the energies of the week like a boss. This is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste, and on this episode, I will discuss the astrology for the week of June 26th. The theme of this week is the sweet smell of success. I pulled an oracle card from the deck, The Oracle of Mystical Moments by Katrine Welch-Stein, and the card is number 22, like a bird. The key words are focus, forward-looking, possibilities, and motivation. A woman full of expectations looks into the future. There are no boundaries to what she can accomplish. Like the bird next to her who flies strong and direct, she knows now is the time for focused energy. You may have found yourself losing motivation lately or questioning your decisions. The key to recapturing your passion lies in readjusting your focus to unlock creativity. Surround yourself with activities or people who make you feel inspired. They can be the breath of wind under your wings. I love this card, and it's a beautiful card, and it looks like a blue jay next to this woman, but think about if you ever are struggling this week or losing motivation or feeling frustrated, pick a bird that you will use as a talisman to connect back in with your focus and your desires and your drive. So there are three big things I want us to think about this week. The first is that the moon is out of bounds for most of the week, starting around midday Sunday to part of the day Friday. So when a celestial body goes out of bounds, what that means is it's going past the maximum declination, either to the north or the south of the ecliptic, which is the boundary set by the sun. So when a planet goes above 23 degrees and 27 minutes to the north or the south. And essentially, you can think of out of bounds as just what it means. It goes out of bounds from the limits of what is normally possible to happen. And so planets tend to take on a Uranian flavor when they go out of bounds. You can look at your chart and maybe you have some out of bounds planets. If you do, they're likely very important in your life. And the moon rules the mood of the people. And so when the moon goes out of bounds, what we can see is people potentially acting more out of emotion, that they will accept no boundaries or limits. But on the positive side, we can use this to move past limitations. So keep that in mind as you move through this week. The second thing I want to bring your attention to is that we have two very important sextiles this week. First, between Mars and Saturn on Monday and Jupiter and Venus on Tuesday. And I'll discuss those more in depth as we get to the day. But in general, I just wanted to talk about sextiles. Sextiles are a 60-degree aspect and they offer an opportunity. It's a soft aspect, so there is some ease and flow, but you've got to put in a little work to make it materialize. So I want you to think about how there is the potential for growth, either through people or situations or new ideas this week. But you will have to put in a little effort to manifest them. So really stay present with who you're meeting, what kind of conversations you're having, what kind of opportunities come to you or offers of collaboration, and be courageous in order to make the most of them. Frank Clifford, a brilliant astrologer, I recently heard him say the definition of success is talent plus energy plus courage. So think about that. The third thing I want to bring your attention to is that we have a new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer on Tuesday. Cancer is a cardinal sign, so there is initiating energy. And it's a water sign, which is more instinctual. So really think about how you can trust your gut this week. Cancer is the sign of home, family, and foundations. And I encourage you at every new moon to set intentions and take action each week to move them forward. I have a free guide that you can download from my website. Also check the show notes with worksheets to help you keep yourself accountable. One of the big features of this new moon is that the sun, the planet of creativity and our life force, will square Jupiter, the planet of abundance. Squares are activating. So I really wanted to think about how you can be joyful and feel abundant even through these very difficult times, and take some time to count your blessings. On Sunday, the word of the day is positivity. We start this week with a balsamic moon in Gemini. That's the last phase before the new moon, and there is a sense of releasing. I like the idea of focusing on relaxation on this day. Mars, the planet of action, is parallel the asteroid Psyche. Psyche was a mortal princess who the god Eros fell in love with. This asteroid is associated with erotic love and psychological wounds. Now, Neptune is also stimulated this day by a quintile with the moon. Neptune, the planet of illusions and delusions. So I really encourage you to avoid playing any mind games. Just be straightforward with your communication, and Mercury in Gemini is here to help with that. And if something is bothering you, don't say anything snappy. Say what you really mean and what you really feel. If I were you, I would use this afternoon for an afternoon delight. The energy can be very sexy and flirty. Stay positive and you will have a beautiful Sunday. On Monday, the word of the day is pursuit. So I suggest on Monday morning, like carving out some time to just 5 minutes to take some time to really evaluate. What do you want to achieve this week? Maybe have a little ritual to get yourself grounded before you start the workday, whether it's through breathing exercises, meditation, exercise, or what have you. Have something that sets you forward in this week on a positive note. Now, Mercury in Gemini sextiles Chiron and Aries. They're both at 16 degrees. So this could give you the ability to speak in language that connects emotionally with people. And you can use it to persuade people. If you're in sales, this could be a really good day for you. Mars, the planet of action in Aries, is sextiling Saturn in Aquarius at 24 degrees. So here is another one of these sextile opportunities. Now, Mars and Saturn are traditionally considered malefics because they take away. Saturn can exclude and reject. It's a planet of maturity, patience, and challenges. Mars is the planet of energy and passion, and it's what gets us going to the impulse to pursue our goals, and this day is about pursuing. So because there is a sextile, there is the possibility, there is the opportunity for your hard work and your persistence to pay off. So really focus to get the week started on a positive note. On Tuesday, the word of the day is serendipity. And serendipity is when luck meets opportunity. And today the sun will make the square with Jupiter. And remember, Jupiter is the planet of luck, abundance, and it's the cosmic Santa Claus that wants to bring us good things. So stay open for signs and signals. Now, the moon will enter the sign of Cancer at 4:53 a.m. Pacific time, and later in the day, we'll have that new moon at 7:52 p.m. The new moon is at 7 Cancer, so look at your natal chart and see where that is. If you don't have one, you can go to astro.com and pull your natal chart. And you want to look, are there any planets or points near 7 Cancer? as well as opposite in 7 Capricorn. When there's an opposition, it may mean something comes in from someone else. Also, 7 Aries, 7 Libra, those planets will square 7 Cancer. So there may be some internal tension that really pushes you forward and activates your chart. So really look for planets between 5 and 10, but especially if you have something right at 7. This is a really important new moon for you. So make sure to set intentions. And during this day, Venus and Gemini will sextile Jupiter and Aries. Venus and Jupiter are the benefics. They bring things to us. Venus is the force of attraction. It magnetizes and it unifies. Jupiter's about growth and expansion, and it stabilizes. So this is a beautiful aspect. Yeah, where there can be just a wonderful opportunity. Really pay attention to who you meet with. Venus is also quintile Neptune. Quintiles are grace notes, so you may meet someone who helps connect you to your dreams. On Wednesday, the word of the day is shine. Think about how you can shine bright like a diamond. If you need some help, play the Rihanna song. On this day, Mercury, the planet of communication, will quintile Jupiter, another one of these grace notes. So I think you can really speak persuasively today. The sun is approaching the fixed star Alhena, which is at 9 Cancer, and the principle of Alhena is the one who marches. It's great for promoting an idea or a cause or something you really believe in. You can really lead with a mission on this day. On Thursday, the word of the day is determination. The sun will quintile Mars. This is a really creative aspect that can help you achieve. Mars gives us that influence to move forward, to assert ourselves, and the sun about all creativity. Yeah, I love this. Mercury in Gemini will quincunx the south node in Scorpio. Quincunxes are that something needs adjustment. Now, the south node holds our talents. So you can think about how can you lean into your own innate talents with Mercury quincunx the south node and avoid comparing yourself to others, because that south node in Scorpio can also bring up some, issues of jealousy or possessiveness or envy. So focus on your own talents. The moon will enter Leo at 5:39 p.m. and its last aspect is a trine to Mars before it changes signs. So this is bringing in the fire. So make sure you use this fire wisely. I love a Leo moon. It can be a great time. You'll notice people start talking faster, maybe even see people with more red on or just like moving their bodies in more expressive ways. So I want you to be inspired and not reckless. On Friday, the word of the day is self-protection. I think Thursday or Friday could be the hardest days this week. I really want you to think about as we move into this July 4th weekend for people who are in the U.S. It's our Independence Day. I really want you to be aware of your surroundings and trust your gut if you feel unsafe at any point. Because on this day, Mars will square Pluto. Mars in Aries square Pluto in Capricorn at 27 degrees of both of those signs. So if you have planets around 27 of the cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, especially take note. Now, I think in the collective, there could be a big violent incident, but, it could happen anywhere, and these things do happen. The sun is also semi-square Saturn that day. So there may be something big that's happening. Pluto can become obsessive. It can be about breakdown, destruction, or transformation. You yourself can use this energy to really move forward with determination and will. But Mars in Aries, there may be some person who decides to lash out at the government, Capricorn, or, the authority or what have you. So just be aware. People will probably be drinking a lot and, partying. The moon's in Leo. Use the fire for fun, not fighting. On Saturday, the word of the day is communication. I recommend you start this day by taking some time to get grounded. Mercury, which rules how we think and communicate, will square Neptune in Pisces. So Mercury's in Gemini, Neptune's in Pisces. These are both mutable signs. They're both at 24 degrees. And so this is notorious, this aspect for misunderstandings, miscommunications. So I want you to make sure that you drive carefully, Mercury and Gemini. Gemini rules travel of all kinds. And hopefully there won't be some big accident or pile up with this. So do your best to communicate with clarity. Mercury will also trine Saturn, which is really helpful because that can give us the ability to speak deliberately. Trines are eases and flows. So if you find that you're craving serenity and quiet with that square to Neptune, just take time out for yourself. Being quiet and keeping to yourself might be the best thing to do on this day to avoid any kind of misunderstandings. But I think it could be a beautiful weekend. So I really like a lot of the energy of this week. Yes, there is that Mars square Pluto, so there is the possibility for, some kind of tragic instance happening. But on the whole, I think there is the potential to have a really great week where we move into this new moon phase with optimism and determination and really get going with our manifestation. So that's it for this week's episode. Feel free to email me at celeste@astrologybyceleste.com with any astrology in action stories. Or you can just let me know how the daily themes are playing out for you. Take care. Have a beautiful 4th of July weekend if you're in the U.S. And I will see you next week. Thank you for listening to Celestial Insights. To learn more about my work, please visit my website, astrologybyceleste.com, where I offer personal readings, horary consultations, cosmic coaching, group events, and classes to help guide people to higher levels of fulfillment. You can also find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Astrology by Celeste. If you enjoyed Celestial Insights, please help others find the show. Follow, rate it 5 stars, or write a nice review. I would so appreciate it. I'm astrologer, coach, and intuitive Celeste Brooks, and I'll be back next week.